right?
Yeah.
So one, just tell me a little bit about yourself. One, where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Robbins, Illinois, South Side suburbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I got a friend out there. You may know him, Joseph Harvey. I know he's been out there for a
Yeah, I
while.
know quite a few.
Yeah. Okay. Joe Harvey. Him and
Yeah.
his wife love Harvey. Yeah. Those are close friends of mine.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, great.
Look, I already know I'm in good company then. All right. What do you do for a living?
So I do grants management and government consulting.
Okay.
Usually for villages, municipalities, but also for nonprofits.
Okay. Oh, okay. Nice. And what made you? How did you get into that?
Well, I got into it because I had a passion for emergency management and crisis management. I went to get my master's in that background, also in public administration.
Okay.
But I also realized that sometimes municipalities and units of government can get in their own way as far as being able to respond quickly.
Yeah.
And being able to meet the direct needs of people right away. So I decided that I'll take a stab at being a consultant where I can have the ability to empower the government or units of government to move faster through contractors, and also be able to provide more subject matter expert guidance instead of relying on their current staff to do multiple other things for a short-term basis. I felt that it was an opportunity just to make myself known as a resource for them to be able to particularly focus on the issues surrounding emergency management and crisis management.
Are you the first one to go this path, like in your family?
In my family, no. My grandfather was a firefighter and eventually fire chief for the village of Robbins. And that's what kind of inspired me to always think about service, always think about being ready to respond in a quick fashion in a case of emergencies. And so that's what kind of inspired me because I lived with him to really pursue that line of work and do something where I can kind of live up to that standard that he always had with being supportive of his community and being a superhero of his community.
Yeah, and so it's like he went the hands on the ground, the boots on the ground, and now
Right, and as a firefighter, you recognize other opportunities to help people out.
Yeah.
And, that's what he always tried to do. And when he retired from the fire department, he started his own lawn care business. And that kind of, was a way for him to still meet people and help them out whatever they needed to do. And, that just kept his passion going for serving the community.
How long did that process take from when you started to?
Well, I started in 2015 pursuing that career path. And so 10 years I'm coming up on. Really, it's about networking. And thankfully, Cook County has an opportunity for smaller business, Black-owned businesses to be able to represent themselves and feel represented and have an opportunity to be counted in the RFP process when looking for, government services, or managerial services and things like that. So that has been there, and then plus with just being, going through the credentials, you want to make sure that as a subject matter expert, you have some sort of credentials behind your name. So you look at some low hanging fruit opportunities like project management, grants management. But then also, you take the time to just understand good general business, perhaps maybe pursuing a CPA or some sort of, a master's in business management or public administration.
3.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I noticed is how you articulate yourself very well. Was the communication always there?
I started off as a listener. I would always listen to grown folks conversation when I was little. I was, I've got my fair share of warnings, right? Yeah. Grown folks conversation. But I would listen though, and then I would be like, wow, okay, you two are really communicating very well. Or you two are not communicating well at all. And you're not letting each other speak, or you're listening to respond instead of listening to understand. So I've learned it from that perspective that, when I grew up, I wanted to just be able to speak with someone without having to yell, without having to show anger or use foul language inappropriately. And I just valued that as a communicator. And it was it was just something in me that inspired me to just focus my education when it came to English, when it came to social studies, when it came to literature, when it came to studying communications in college, just to focus on being more effective in my communication by saying less and making more powerful statements with the combination of words that I put together.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that a lot,
Yeah.
and I definitely understand what you mean. Wow, I was blown away by that. Look, I had a whole nother question I was about to ask, and I was like, by the response, kind of But I agree wholeheartedly. It's like communication is key. Even myself, I've been learning a lot about communication. Like even with the words I say, and one thing is, I heard you say that you did go to, you got your master's. And, I'm on a journey of myself of like getting ready to go back to school because I went to trade school. Oh, are you? Okay, man.
I've determined that, I just recently turned 40, that we have to really use our brains more as we grow older.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that we're capable of learning as we get older, in my opinion. Because we've learned how to focus, we're not distracted. We want to listen more to understand. So our learning receptors are more open. We have our opinions, but our opinions don't mean anything anymore unless we understand someone else's. And so whether if it's through validation or whether if it's through social influence to change, like we are more open now as older adults to learning. And so that's the perfect opportunity to go back to school and learn that subject that you passed on, or to go back to school and get an extra degree, because you'll not only probably have more effective grade results, you'll probably go through the coursework a little faster, and that because of that, you've had a professional career or something, you just take it more seriously.
Absolutely.
You're not looking to just do the minimum and go party.
Right.
That's over now.
That's done. That's done.
Like, I want to read to feel that by the end of the day, I've learned more than yesterday. So,
all right.
And I think it's important.
All right. I'm gonna get you with two more questions. I know you want to go and enjoy the rest of the fest.
Sure.
One is going to be, what is something that you would tell your younger self?
That's a good question. I would tell my younger self to be patient. Fast is not good. Quick is not good. Things that are promised to you or that are earned, and through hard work, through dedication, through focus, those are the most valuable things, and those things always take time.
Absolutely.
And so if I can go back and tell my younger self to, as life is going on again, please take the time. Take your time. Let opportunities pass. They do often come back around again in some way or the other, but reevaluate, reassess all the time. Reevaluate, reassess all the time. Do not jump at something. Anything that's offered to you as a quick deal is usually not that. Usually
too
not
good
that,
to be true.
Or there's something that is not being told to you. So make sure you're fully informed, and that takes time.
Absolutely.
Make sure you reevaluate where you stand, what you're thinking about, what you're trying to do, because that takes time. Because I would rather measure twice, cut once.
Absolutely. I love that. And the last thing, since June, is of course we're here for Juneteenth, but June is also Men's Mental Health Month. So I want to know, would you like to share any habits or tools that you use to take care of your own mental health?
Yes. Mental health is very important, especially for men.
Absolutely.
Because we have immense power that oftentimes we don't know how to control. We don't know how to gauge or filter and direct in a positive way. We can, at times, if you're feeling down at your worst, you're one of the, as society has shown, you're a very dangerous person. Because either you don't care what happens, and indifference is the opposite of love. or you wind up hurting someone that didn't deserve it because they're intertwined in your life.
Absolutely.
And you have a disregard for their well-being as well. So men, we as leaders, as natural leaders, or as the supposed leader, we have to do our part with taking care of ourselves, not only our body health, but our minds as well. Keeping a good exercise mind, understanding that there's different perspectives out here. You can still have your own beliefs, but it's better to have a perspective of how you're interacting within a world.
Yeah.
Especially a blended community such as Oak Park or LaGrange or anything like that. You have to understand this is how people think. This is how I need to navigate myself. This is how I need to protect my family. This is how I need to protect myself.
Yeah.
And so having that mental exercise and mental health, being able to identify how you're feeling, being able to communicate well about how you're feeling.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes we know what's wrong, but we can't tell you what's wrong.
And then how are we supposed to help
or we don't have the accurate communication to be able to accurately represent how we feel to someone who may be trying to help us. And then, then it's not working because we haven't really said what the problem is.
Yeah.
So we have to do a better job about that. And we have to do a better job as men supporting each other, because sometimes we cannot or feel that we can say anything to anybody, and you can't. But for men and black men and men of color, all of us together, we have to be able to have a safe space to speak.
Absolutely.
Because that can affect what you say, that can affect how you say it. And we want to give each other a chance to say what is our honest truth about how we feel. Let's stop misrepresenting ourselves for the sake of pride and for the sake of ego.
Excuse me, real quick. Sure. She told me you had asked about classes for teens. You do have classes.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah,
great.
So
Thank
you can register online.
Okay, we'll do.
And if you live in Oak Park, then we have a grant where they can come and it's free.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So that's pretty much the gist. Like, we have to understand that we are our greatest asset, but we're also a dangerous weapon when we're untrained, when we're uncontrolled, and when we don't have a grip on our mental state of mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that, brother, and I definitely appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I think you represent, a lot of what you said, about how you carry yourself. It helps to break that stigma of the angry black man.
Yeah.
So how you speak, how you articulate yourself.
Right.
I'm the same way. Don't need to raise my voice. So again, I appreciate your time and appreciate you sharing this with us.
A lot of liberation and education. It really is. It really is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, good luck to the rest of your college journey.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm about to chase my master's too.
Yeah, right.
I'm starting from the beginning though.
Yeah. Hey, no, that's good.
That's
good. You have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And trust me, now things are going to speed through, and not because I'm saying that that's a good thing, but it's because you have a receptors now that you are focused on understanding.
Yeah.
You are not focused on saying, okay, well, I'm distracted, or I have something else to do or something else to do. This is something that you want to do.
Yeah.
When you really want it, you really see about it in the right way.
Yeah, and I think that's what's been keeping me, is about understanding that vision and what it is that I really want.
Yeah.
And back then it was like it's not wasting my time, but it's just been like, dude, like, you don't even know what you want, and you're just kind of, it would have been high school all over. You're just breezing through here.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, and I'm glad I did wait until this point, because now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right, thank you again, bro. Thank you.